Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again. We're playing The Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. Just starting out here in Moria, and I wanted to go over a couple of the things that I did between videos. Mostly it was just farming. Let's go over... let's start with skills, actually, first. So Barithor actually... Oops, I can't go into my... Okay, well... I can't go into my craft item because I've learned all of the different abilities, and I don't have that stone on anymore, so we can't actually see that. But anyways, obviously did completed learning all of the different items via crafting. I don't ever do that with anybody else. Basically, I like to be able to make all those items early on in the game, which obviously is right now. And then not worry about it generally for the rest of the game. So like I said, I've already done that. Swordcraft, I'm still on Citadel Rage. I think I've been on this for, video after video. I just don't really use Barithor's sword abilities. His leadership, I've learned basically everything except company power. So, that'll be done soonish, right? And then I guess we'll kind of just go from there. But let me just go over some of the things that I really like. So like Company Might is amazing, Valor is amazing, Stand Fast as well, Fellowship Grace. The first War Call is pretty good, and then the next one, or so War Cry, is basically an upgraded version of that. It says give 3 allies an immediate free attack against a single target. I mean, this is kind of one of the reasons why I don't really work on Barithor's sword abilities that much, is because of things like Warcry, right? You can just have other characters attack. Basically, well, he uses them as attacks, right? So that's kind of the way I look at it. And then, so like Last Gasp, it says party will not drop below 1 HP unless at 1 HP for a short time. I don't really use this that much. It's rare to really feel like you need this. And then actually probably one of the better skills here that I do like, though, is Captain's Inspire. It says reduces the action point cost of all actions taken by your group for a short time. It's kind of nice when you need to, kind of do a lot of burst damage. Another good use for that is like right before Hadhod's turn, if you want to use his Moten Shield, right? Because that costs 200 AP normally. So yeah, definitely something that I like to use. He's working on Immune to Fear right now. So I did learn, I think I had increased armor last video, and then I don't remember if I had Citadel Evasion or not. But that increases his dodge. And then the question here was to go with either Double Attack or Ecthelian Might. And I just don't really use Double Attack that much. Generally, that it's not a good idea to use that, only because you get such a huge penalty for like when his turn would come back around, right? So it just takes a long time for him to get another turn if you use this. But it is good for bursting, right? So we'll eventually get that, or I'll probably be working on that next. But I did want to go with Immune to Fear because fear is pretty devastating in this game, and so Barithor having the the immunity will be very, very good for later. But that is it for Barithor. Looks like we've got Earth Barrage right now. Yeah, I don't honestly, I don't really use any of these abilities really, and especially anymore. Maybe there will be a time that'll come up where I'll actually use this, but perfect mode, is just really good to have maxed out at all times because of a couple of the characters' passives. But anyways, that is where we're at for Barithor. Idril is still working on Elven Rage. I actually think I had Stunning Strike and Leech Inspiration even in the previous video, so nothing has changed there. Working on Cleansing Waters. Says removes all negative effects from the entire group. Kind of same deal there. I don't think much has changed in terms of Idril here. I did learn Valorious Haste, or Valorous Haste. which is pretty nice, actually, very, very nice, especially if like Idriel gets her turn first and you need, let's say, you need to sleep a bunch of stuff with Elagast. You can use Valorous Haste and, obviously make it his turn immediately after, or basically replace her turn with his. And then she's working on Frenzy right now. So I did learn Haste of the Valor, which is, increasing the haste. I mean, basically, there are other ways to actually get the haste spell later on. But Idril is always going to be the best at it because of this passive. So I guess just keep that in mind. But yeah, working on Frenzy. So it says, lets Idril immediately take 2 additional spirit actions in her turn. This has got the same issue, though, as Barathor's, whatever, double attack. Which is that when you do this, it's going to take a long time for her ability or for her turn to come back around, which again is really based on, bursting enemies down, right? If you can burst them down quickly, or you need to set her up or something, then sometimes this makes sense. But I generally don't really use that much. So that is where she is at. Next up is Elagast here. So Elagast, I learned just a ton of stuff. So I think, actually, I don't even know if I had Shield Piercing yet in the previous video, but I got Shield Piercing, which is a range attack that lowers the melee defense of an enemy. And then I got Pinning Shot here, ranged attack that also prevents enemies from counterattacking. And then he learned True Shot, which is just disgustingly powerful. This ability is just crazy. This is a deadly ranged attack that causes tremendous damage to an enemy, and that is an accurate description. It is crazy, crazy powerful. Let's see. He also learned. I guess I did finally learn Fangorn Roots. So this is a ranged attack that also completely immobilizes a foe for a short time. That's pretty crazy. That's a really good skill. And then I've been working on Northern Storm. It says summons a lightning storm that strikes all foes for heavy damage over time. And then we're also working on Lingering Sleep. So the last thing I did get, and I don't think I had this on screen, was learning Sleep Volley. So it says makes arrows of sleep affect all enemies. And then the next obvious passive for him is to get Lingering Sleep, which makes arrows of sleep last for the duration of the fight. This is going to be insane once we get this. And then Hadhad, I did learn, I don't remember if I had Berserk on camera or not, but I did get Spirit Cleave. It says a melee attack that lowers the defensive spirit power of an enemy in combat. So that's a great way to set up, enemies for, say, like a Loudwater Fury or, whatever, some other spirit attack, right, is to hit them with this first. Lower their spirit defense, and then kind of hit them again with something else. But working on Rampage of Durin, so it's a melee attack that allows Hadhad to strike 4 times. Smite here is actually kind of lame. It says a melee attack that always causes a critical hit. He always crits anyway. Once perfect mode is active, right, or when your gauge is filled up. So I've always found that one to be kind of lame, but. We'll have to learn that eventually. And then we are working on Dragon Calling. I did get Devastating Shield, and then I don't know if I had Flames of Ruin already either, but Flames of Ruin is kind of nuts because it's an attack that says causes fire damage, continues to damage an enemy for a short time. So basically, it's a damage over time plus the initial damage. It's just a really, really good skill. Damaging or Devastating Shield says creates a shield around the party that damages enemies who strike it. So that's just the upgraded version of Damaging Shield, right? Similar to Stone Shield and Mountain Shield are. Mountain Shield is the upgraded version of Stone Shield. But also, again, working on Dragon Calling for the time being. Also working on Dwarven Haste. So I did get the Might of Balin passive. Really only, so that we can get into Dwarven Haste and Double Attack, right? Because Dwarven Challenge is pretty worthless to me, so... but, Dwarven Haste is going to be really, really good. So it says allows Hadhad to take actions more often during combat, so... that is it. That is where we are at. Generally, I've stuck, I've put Spirit into Barathor, Idril, and Hadhad fully. And then Elagast, though, I did put a couple of points in Dexterity. So he's at 78 right now at level 34. So I guess just keep that in mind. But anyways, it is time to move on. So let's get going here. I did kill a couple of trolls off screen, so that that quest actually isn't done yet, but it will be very soon. This room is kind of cool looking. It's like this little makeshift bridge that, I don't know, I assume the goblins made. Alright, well, let's just start off here with arrows asleep. Speed this up. I'm gonna have to check. I actually swapped characters' weapons, so I'm wondering if I did that. Let's haste up Elagast here. Basically, what I do sometimes is give them, you know, crappier weapons so that they don't hit as hard. And that's just so that we can, you know, spam more abilities without the enemies dying. But I don't know if I have done that. Let's check. Change weapon. Nope, don't. Yeah, it makes more sense to check outside of combat, so I'll just do that. But yeah, here we go. Let's take a look at. So I did learn the Symbol Mine petals, and then I learned mushrooms as well. So, you know, obviously, and I think I had Shelob Slime and Haunted Dust already done in the last one, but Symbol Mine petal says doubles the health of the beneficiary for the battle. Basically, it doubles your HP total. It doesn't heal you though, so it's good, but it's only good for certain battles, and same with mushrooms. It says create item to double character action points. You know, but unfortunately it doesn't restore them, so it just kind of gives you more of a more leeway in terms of some of those abilities or your HP, right? Alright, let's swap Hadhod in here, and let's do... Yeah, he's still got the walking axe. I'm tempted to do one of these other axes, but I actually don't think I want to do that. Let's do Flames of Ruin here. This freaking skill looks so cool. Dude just dropped like a meteor. Alright, none of these guys used stun. Whatever their stun ability is called. And there you can see they're burning, right? So they're just gonna keep taking damage. Yeah, like stun. I think these guys use stun strike. It's called. Let's do arrows asleep. Put them back to sleep. Actually, let's see if this actually works. No, all right. So they're just dying right away. Yeah, they did sleep again, but obviously the thing with damage over time effects is they'll wake up enemies when they tick. So sometimes it's not that great. But there, we got some more Arnor mushrooms. Those are always good to see. Those are the ones that allow you to use your skills without AP cost. So those are really, really good. Alright, nothing here. Oh, is that where we're gonna go? Yeah, looks like it. It's in this next room here. Nothing that I can see. Alright. Oh, I remember this spot. Yeah, we've got some items here. Did you just say it's an ambush? I don't think that's how you say that word. Hey, there's a stun strike. Quite literally an ambush, too. These guys are all getting turns first. Oh, you stun strike on Hadhod twice? That seems dumb. Well, there's a lot of enemies in this one. Oh, I forgot to check my weapons. Whoops. Alright, let's do stand fast. It's pretty weak sauce damage. Company Valor next. Yeah, these guys just don't hit like they used to. Let's see. Spear powers. Let's haste Elagast up here again. Alright, so let's do a war call. I'm curious what Idriel is gonna be doing these days. Okay, yeah, she's using Loudwater Fury. So this is where it gets pretty broken with, I wonder, this must be based on their level. Yeah, I think the abilities that they use, now just like kind of looking at this, and I say that because Elagast does have True Shot, and eventually he'll start using True Shot whenever you use War Call, so I think that it's based on the character level. Oh, a dodge. Hello. Well, that's obnoxious. Let's see if there was a slip again. Dodge that time. Alright, let's swap back over to Hadhod here. Berserk is kind of a fun ability. It says lowers defense but temporarily increases speed. I actually really like it from time to time. I wish it lasted longer, but oh my god. Triple crit for 4,293. And he doesn't even have his best weapon right now. That's insane. I don't know if is that better? I gotta remember to check my weapons after this. I don't know if I equipped Elagast with a crappier weapon. Let's show you. I'll show you True Shot. $34,000 damage. That's nuts. Well, that is the reward for spamming Crippling Shot over and over. Oh wow, that didn't do that much. Miss. How dare you. What was that? It's like his little death cry. Ah. Or his last gasp, I should say. Alright. Kill the Goblin Chieftain. Hadhod gained 4,950 EXP. I do not wish to do that. Alright, let's see what we got here. Third Age Elven Gold-Plated Greaves. And a Morgul Decay. Elagast also got a Third Age Moria Goblin Shortbow. That's definitely an upgrade. Find the Goblin Bow. Okay, got more experience and leveled up to 34. Yeah, let's check the equipment here. So Hadhod is still rocking the Walking Axe. Yeah, this one's his best weapon, but I don't think I'm gonna equip that. Yeah, one dex, 7 speed. Yeah, we're just gonna stick with what he's working with. Elagast though, so he had the, yeah, I did have a crappier bow on him, honestly. That was his first bow, right? So basically he was spamming Crippling Shot, and I wanted to kind of nerf his damage down a little bit so that he wasn't killing stuff so quickly. So I just gave him his old bow instead of using this Ithilien Ash longbow. But now that that's over, we're definitely going to go with this. Also, this has got +1 dex. So that's way better. And then Idriel's got these Third Age Elven Gold-Plated Greaves. Oh my, okay, so these are going to bump up her armor +5, and she's going to get 1 speed out of the deal too. Oh, she's kind of matching too. Got to do something about these shoulder guards though, and the forearm greave or forearm armor. Okay, that looks like we are good to go. Eldegoss needs some. So there you can see I have 353 Leaf of Old Toby. That's because I spammed the crap out of Old Toby to learn those other abilities with Barithor. So we've got, you know, more than enough for, or to last the entire game, I assume. But, yeah, anyways. Let's get out of here. Quite a bit of rubble here. Checking these corners, nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing in here. Other than a scripted battle. Alright. So Arrow's asleep. Oh yeah, that's doing some damage now. Let's do stand fast, just in case. Let's bring Idriel in here to do a stunning strike on, I don't know, this guy. Her damage still not, you know, super impressive. But that's okay. Miss. Immune. Suck it. Alright, let's see here. Prevents counterattacks. I don't know, why not? Oh, I should be using his ranger skills though, so I can keep learning, you know, more of them. And I should be. I'm gonna try to use at least like one enduring flame per battle, just so that I can, you know, finally learn Dragon Calling. Let's see, Flash Arrow. Yeah, let's use Flash Arrow. Yeah, looking good. Kind of feels good to be done with, you know, learning. There's more Arnor mushrooms. Love seeing that. It feels good to be done with Barithor's item craft. That gets very tedious. So, feels good. Let's use some Old Toby here. Just get everybody a little bit more AP. Should probably use it, still be using... what is it, Royal Grace? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Alright, so I'll just show you this. Kind of one of the fun tricks that I like to do is, so you can see here, obviously Barithor started out, but what we can do here is bring in Idriel, use Spirit Power, use Valorous Haste on Eldegoss, and then use Arrows of Sleep to put everything, well, not everything, I guess, in this case, because there's a caster here, but we can put 2 of the 3 to sleep right away. There we go. And if you notice there, though, Idriel did get a little bit of a penalty to her turn coming back when I used that ability. That's just because it's just kind of a slow ability. I like to refer to them as slow abilities, right? I mean, I guess you can look at it different ways, right? Like there's kind of a turn penalty, but I just say it's a slow ability. So, anyways, let's do a paralyzing shot on this veteran. Gonna try to keep using these ranger skills if I can remember. Need her back. Let's do an Endure Flame. Down you go. Miss. How dare you? Down you go. Alright. Idriel leveled. Fjorn, Pollen, Brunnen, Water. Leaves of Old Toby. Okay. I don't think there's any reason to do... Oh, is there? Yeah, nothing up here. I don't know why I always... I pretty much always end up coming up here and, yeah, there's nothing here. Alright, well, let's go back down below. Oh, let's get leveled up here. More spirit. What else was I going to do here? Okay, so she's level 34. Yeah, everybody's level 34. 2 more levels and everybody will have learned their next passive ability. Alright, let's do a stand fast. Don't want to end up getting anybody stunned here. Let's see. Let's do Shattering Strike. Alright, learn Citadel Rage. That's been a long time coming. Flame. Let's do Royal Grace. Get Hadhod healed up a little bit. Going to town. Love it. Alright, that's that. Easy stuff. Oh, double troll fight. Okay. Well, let's do paralyzing shot. Race. Bling slash on the... Ooh, missed. Not great. Let's do Valor. Try that again. Oh, he's still paralyzed. Ow, my face. Seems like paralyzing shot's got a pretty bad turn penalty, or you know, it's slow. Let's keep working on crippling. Learning these new sword abilities pretty quick. Just keep spamming the crap out of them. Crit. I should probably check his Barathor's weapon too. I don't know if excuse me, I don't know if he's got the best he's got. It seems like his damage is pretty low, but this is also a troll, so it's hard to say. Hadad level, Elgos leveled. Some troll pit mud. There's the defeated the trolls. Again, keep in mind that I'm finishing that quest earlier than we normally would because I fought some random trolls that you know, count towards the quest. So let's go in. Alright, so these guys are hitting level 35, so one more level for them and they will be finishing up one of their passives. Let's check Barathor's weapon here. Long Sword of Arnor. Damage is 22 and plus 1 damage per level. Oops. Yeah, this is better. The Broadsword of Gondor. I don't... Let me see again. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He'll do a lot more with this, but I think I'm gonna keep things as they are. I like the stats, so just a slightly more on the other one. Alright, looks like we've got a save spot here, and I'm pretty much out of time for this one, so... actually, no, I'm going to keep going. I actually want to get a little bit closer to the final battle of the area, so we're just going to keep going. And, I mean, pretty much there, if I remember right. Yeah, alright, so reach the bridge of Khazad-dûm. Hadad gain. Wow, that's a lot of experience. Not enough to level, though. I think what I'm going to do is try to get everybody leveled, though, before this next battle. This battle, the Balrog battle, that is.
Look, the bridge of Khazad-dûm.
I am a servant of the secret fire, a wielder of the flame of Arnor. You cannot pass!
The Grey Wizard faces the Balrog!
We must hurry down there before the trolls reach us.
Too late. They are upon us.
All right, trolls.
Let's settle the score.
You said let's settle the score? Let's do that. This battle here is actually one of the evil mode battles. Let's do a crippling shot. The drummer can haste his buddy. Not that that's gonna matter that much, but... Let's do Grace. Just gonna keep trying to cripple these guys so that they don't get their turns. Let's do a war cry here. Alright, so Hadhod's using Mountain Rage. And Elagast is still using Draining Shot. So weak. Wow. Alright. Alright, one down. Alright, that's that. Polished Elf Stone of Water Protection. Okay. There's a Third Age Dwarven Battle Shield of Moria. Third Age Elven Gold-Plated Battle Helmet. Oh, look at that. Wow. Alright, so that's given her 27 more armor over what she already had. Yeah, that's something. Alright, so here's the Third Age Dwarven Battle Shield of Moria. That's a pretty good boost to his stats. I think this looks pretty dorky, unfortunately, though. I mean, it's not horrible, but... yeah, we'll leave it on him for now. Let's see if anybody needs this water protection. Water, stout, normal, stout, stout. So the answer there is no. All right, so he's got the blunt defense. Okay, well he's using a cracked elf stone of water protection, so we'll just remove this that one and equip the new one. Polished, there we go. And that's going to give him an extra 3 decks. That's pretty sweet, actually. Okay, well, I think at this point I am going to end this video. So what I'm actually going to end up doing here, though, is doing a couple of random encounters. What I really want to do here is get everybody... Yeah, I would like to get everybody to 36 before I do the Balrog fight, because I just don't know how much experience that's going to get him, or get everybody. And I don't want to go over on my passives. Because again, we're so close, and especially with, you know, Hadhad here, right? So he only needs 1 more level to get this Dwarven Haste, and then I want him working on double attack next. And the problem is, if he gains a bunch of levels from the next fight, he's going to end up, you know, getting or starting on Lordly Might, and I don't really want to do that. I actually kind of want that to be one of the last passives that he gets. So anyways, long story short here, I am going to end this video here. I'm going to do some random encounters, and then I'll pick it back up right here before the Balrog fight. So, as always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.